Hi, guys. It's 2 o'clock and it's Donna here with Donna's Design Threads, and I am ready to go live with you today. It's day number 2 of our shelter at home, and we're excited. I'm excited to be here. I don't know about who we are, but anyway, I'm excited to be here with you guys. And yesterday I learned after going back and watching the video that as soon as you hit go live, it pretty much goes live. I don't have to wait. So sorry about that long pause yesterday. This is going to be a learn as we go kind of a thing, and I appreciate you guys being here and working through this with me. So today I want to talk about kind of organizing. I spent a couple of days last week cleaning out my sewing room. It was a complete disaster. Like, not my main studio area where I work all day every day, but I like to call this my command center. And so I have you on this little turning thing here so that I can show you. This is what I mean by my command center. See, there's my sewing machine. And usually I sit right here and I can see who's coming downstairs, see what's going on, listen to what's going on out in the studio or whatever. So I wanted to show you a couple of things, how I organize fabrics and scraps and stuff. When I'm working on a project, which is always many projects at one time, because I get bored really easy working on something and I'll take a break from it, work on something else, or the next best thing comes along and I just have to start it. So I always have several quilts going at the same time. Maybe it's a little ADD. I'm not really sure, but I'm okay with it. It's fun for me and I enjoy it. So, but anyway, while I have a quilt in progress, that it's not completely finished piecing, I make sure that I do not throw away any of the scraps or even put them in a different area. I keep that project all together. And one of the ways I do that, you can see behind me over here, all of these bins over here, that has either stuff that I've started or like one bin has everything for, say, English paper piecing. So I know if I'm going to start an English paper pieced quilt, I know where all my supplies for that are at. I have one that has all my specialty rulers in it and all my embroidery stuff in one. So that kind of helps. And then some of them also have all of the fabric that I need for a quilt I want to make someday. Or maybe I took a class, and a lot of times when you take a class, which is a really good idea, by the way, which of course we can't do that right now, but when this is over and we can get back to taking classes at the quilt stores, I highly recommend it. I always learn something new. I always say, even if I just learned one new thing taking a class, it was worth the class. Plus the socializing is really fun. So say I take a class and a lot of times you're in that class, they just kind of give you the basics. This is how these particular blocks are going to go together, give you a chance to make a couple of the blocks in the class. Then the rest of the quilt, you're kind of on your own. You have to finish up yourself. So in that case, that'll all go in one bin, or, hopefully if the bin is big enough. If not, I have other stash places too. But that's a really great way to organize with those containers. I think I got those at Costco, and they just fit together in those little mesh wire cube things. They just fit in there really nice and snug. So good way to organize. But then once I am all done with a quilt, completely pieced, all of the fabrics that I have left over, which sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's maybe big enough pieces that I might just want to put them back into my regular fabric stash of things. But a lot of times it's little stuff. I don't really want to throw it out. It's still really good fabric. Maybe I'll make a scrap quilt someday. So then in that case, I have this bin to start with. So I can go over here, grab this bin. I pull it out of my little cubicle over here. Oh my gosh. It's so heavy. I dropped it pulling it out. So here you can see, this is where all of those scraps go from quilts that I've done. And if the world really and truly does run out of toilet paper, I can take this up by the toilet and I have something to use. Just kidding. So then my goal with that bin, I'll have a day or some extra time, maybe I'll take them upstairs and do it while I'm watching TV with the hubs, and cut out whatever the biggest size square or rectangle or whatnot that I can get out of that particular scrap. So then I have these boxes up here that have those pieces cut, those scraps cut into more usable pieces. So this box right here, this has 2.5-inch strips. These ones are some leftover jelly rolls. Some of them are just 2.5-inch strips that I cut and trimmed to that size. And then this whole entire box is full of 2.5-inch squares. Then the other boxes up there, I have this one have a label on it. It says that I have 3-inch squares, 3.5-inch squares, 4-inch squares, and 5-inch squares, and bigger are in the other box there on the left. Those ones don't have as many because honestly, we usually end up with littler scraps like this, right? But you know, I also kind of organized some of these, the ones on the bottom anyway, by color. So just a fun, can make like a color wash quilt or rainbow quilt or something. I have all those scraps in the colors. That's just some ideas. If you guys have some really good ways that you've come up with organizing scraps or what you do with scraps and stuff, I would love to hear about it or see pictures. I would love to see pictures. So I'm going to spin you around here and show you this is my favorite thing. I have to scoot it over this way. This is my grandmother's china cabinet. I remember this being down in the basement when I was a little girl, just filled with her treasures from her grandma, her mom, things like that. And I took it, cleaned it up, and have made it into my stash kind of cupboard. And I just love the way all of those colors look in there, the fabrics. It's just yummy. It's a great, really fun way to display fabric and the stuff that I love. So the way that I fold the fabric on there is by getting their comic book inserts that I buy, like a pack of 100 of them on Amazon. And then I fold the fabric. It's folded in half already. Fold that into thirds and then roll it onto the cardboard. And it makes a really great way to show off the fabrics and know what you have. Like when I was organizing and going through that again, I was like, there was so much stuff I had I forgot I even had. And honestly, I don't want anybody to worry about me having to be in isolation because I have enough projects here to keep me busy for about 3 years. Oh, I'm sure that a lot of you guys have the same thing going on in your rooms. And again, I'd love to see pictures and ideas. Oh, one more thing I want to show you. I'm going to flip it around this way. Hopefully this chair won't be away. I got these little bins at the Container Store. They're an Alpha product. They're little baskets that hang on the wall. So there's like a little post behind that you anchor in. So it's really sturdy. And then all those bins hold perfect size folded up fat quarters. And again, I kind of have those organized by either fabric groups or colors or whatnot, and pretty fun to look at. And again, you kind of know what you have. So that's a great way. And let's see, I want to tell everybody that you are doing a great job staying home and being in the time of having to take care of each other by actually not doing anything. But you know, there are ways we can. So reach out to somebody today, give them a call, send some snail mail. I recently got a card from a friend, and it was just the sweetest thing to know she was thinking about me and took the time to sit down and write me out a letter. So maybe that's a challenge for you. Write somebody a letter. So anyway, let me know how you guys are doing, and we'll be in touch, and I'll see you again tomorrow at 2. And remember, always be continuously creative. Bye, guys.